Today, more than 300 precast concrete plants utilize the Vollert technology worldwide. We make use of proven components and concepts that offer you the necessary investment certainty and reliability. At the same time, we are continuously developing our technologies to make tomorrow's precast concrete plant even better, more profitable, and an even sounder investment. We offer you more know-how, more engineers, and more service. Everything you need to remain in the forefront in your market. We design, develop, and implement. The following film presents an example of an automated production of solid walls, facade elements, and sandwich walls. The first workstation within the circulation is the cleaning of the just demolded pallet. The concrete residues are removed and collected in a container or on a conveyor belt. Simultaneously, the shuttering surface is sprayed with a release agent so that the precast concrete part will not adhere to the pallet at a later stage. With the manufacture of facade elements with washed-out concrete, the application of retarding agent prevents the concrete from setting on the surface. The retarder is fully automatically applied. The shutterings are set in the next station. A shuttering robot positions the shuttering profiles at the defined place. The plant's control system communicates via a master computer and an exactly defined CAD/CAM interface with the CAD program that is implemented in the precast concrete plant. By means of a pallet assignment program, the manufacturing sequence of the individual elements is optimized in a way that the available shuttering surface on the shuttering pallets is used at the best possible rate. We can see the shuttering robot taking shuttering profiles out of the shuttering storage and putting them on the pallet. Magnets are built in the shuttering profiles that the robot activates. The shuttering profiles are now immovably connected to the pallet surface. With the next work step, the positions for the mounting parts are plotted on the pallet. These are shuttering parts, reinforcement elements, or installation pipes that need to be positioned manually. As we can see, the robot can do part of this job. If required by a shorter cycle time, this can also be done by a plotter or a laser at a separate workstation. Depending on the customer's request, it is also additionally possible to supplement shutterings manually in a workstation. Smaller shuttering parts are added manually in order to close gaps. The outer shape of the precast concrete part has been determined. The mounting parts are inserted. We can see how window frames are fixed to the pallet. At this stage also doors, sockets, pipes and numerous other mounting parts can be positioned on the wall element. Later, these individual mounting parts can be sprayed manually with a release agent. Distance pieces ensure that the reinforcement does not go below the specified distance from the shuttering worksheet, which is also called concrete cover. In the following step, all solid parts are reinforced. The precise production flow depends on the individual requirements and is exactly tailor-made to our customer's requirements. The reinforcement is here inserted and completed by hand. There is also a possibility to fully automate this workstation. As soon as the reinforcement is positioned, the concreting process starts. Solid parts are completely concreted in one work cycle. If requested, load cells can make the job easier by showing the operator the discharged quantity and hence enabling an optimized concrete dosing. Still at the same workstation, the precast parts are compacted. In most cases, we nowadays apply our specially therefore created shaking technology, the quietest procedure for compacting concrete in the industry. With this trend-setting technology, our customers can even achieve better surfaces than with high-frequency compacting. The manufacturing process with sandwich elements varies a little bit. After the first concreting process, the insulation and the second reinforcement layer are added. To this purpose, the shuttering pallet passes an additional loop. It is moved out of the concreting station, the required work is done, and then the shuttering pallet is fed back into the large circulation for further concreting and compacting. Depending on the requirement regarding the surface, the parts are screeded and smoothed, or on a more sophisticated level, they are reworked with a helicopter device. The equipment of our machines with this work step is also customized to the individual requirements of our customers. The precast concrete part now moves into the curing chamber. A storage and retrieval system puts the shuttering pallets into storage fully automatically. Segment doors that are operated by the system prevent leakage of heat and moisture from the curing chamber. From the curing chamber, the part can be brought back to be smoothened or reworked anew. Here, we show how the cured part is moved to the pre-demolding process. The transport of the precast concrete parts is effected lengthwise by means of roller blocks and frequency-controlled friction wheels that move the pallets. Traverse transport is done by lifting trucks that lift the pallets, move them crossways and depose them at the new station. The wall element is now cured and pre-demolded, i.e. the shutterings are removed. On these stations, this work step is still done manually. On request, however, we can supply you with the latest robot technology which automates this work step. We can see how the shuttering profiles are put on the shuttering conveying system by handling cranes, which brings them to the automated shuttering parts cleaning station. The shuttering parts are cleaned and sprayed with release agent before they return to the shuttering storage, where they are made available again for the next manufacturing process. In the meantime, the finished part has been moved to the tilting station, where it is tilted by almost 90 degrees for stripping. By means of a traverse, the part is lifted and either moved onto storage or rework. The shuttering pallet is now ready for the next manufacturing process and is yet again cleaned and sprayed with release agent. Facade elements with special surfaces are being reworked in our example, for instance by washing out the surfaces to achieve an exposed aggregates finish. The degree of automation with these work steps can also be determined individually. On arrival at the stockyard, the finished part is ready for dispatch.